It's true. There are many things that can cause harm but are not banned. However, most of the time, as in your example of cars, that is because those things have a net benefit to society. It would incapacitate modern society if a ban on cars was issued. Even in the case of cigarettes, which are proven to be inherently harmful to people, the perceived benefit is high enough that they are worth keeping around. Now you could make the same argument in favor of violent video games. However, it's different. Violent video games spurring violent behavior do not only affect those who choose to play them, they harm others as well, as we have grotesquely exhibited in violent acts such as school shootings. Of course, some people may have a predisposition to violent behavior, but that should be further proof of the need for a ban. Is it coincidence that the occurrence of school shootings is rising as games are getting more violent and widespread? Those who have a natural penchant for violence do not need it reinforced by something that has no real benefit to society. Young people are exceptionally malleable in terms of their development. Many children with troubled pasts, and even those with violent tendencies, have been pushed in the right direction and developed into perfectly functional adults. Violent video games are an affront to moral behavior in general as well. Why should shooting someone be considered fun? In what sort of society should that be glorified? People are generally against war and gun violence, so if those are the values we set, why can they be excused in this specific instance? We can agree that as children develop, their parents instill ideas in them that shape their behaviors, for example, to be kind and reasonable, and to stray away from violence whenever possible. Why is it a jump to think that shooting people on a screen all day also has an impact on their development? In fact, it could be the catalyst troubled people need to push them over the edge and act out in the real world. With the sheer amount of time spent imitating gun violence, is it really surprising to think that it will not translate into reality? Nothing is permanent. If a ban on games glorifying gun violence does not prove to make any real difference, it could be changed. Prohibition didn't work, so the government ended it. I think this is really a simple act of weighing the pros and cons. The potential pros outweigh the cons, so it makes sense to act.